Live.
After a week-long hiatus, Not Another Serious Podcast is back.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so
There's X Factor theme song.
so in honor of Chase going through, spoiler alert.
They're like, oh, what the heck?
We're back with another Big Brother podcast to talk about this train wreck in the end of the season. I'm actually okay. I really like this episode. I thought tonight's episode was really solid. Anyone?
Yeah, I thought it was an okay.
Better than normal, right?
Better than normal,
Yeah.
but that's the bar is set at like a 3.
But
So anything better than 3, like Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah, Bobby Moynihan and
Bobby Moynihan.
King Josh rises to the occasion.
Bobby Moynihan.
We're gonna commend the. Did you tweet for me?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I made it sound like Adam.
What'd you say?
I'm just kidding. Like BB19 fans, like I sound like a robot.
Hey, man, like a robot.
Okay, so let's start at the top of the episode. Nominations happen, and to everyone's chagrin, Jason and Alex on the block.
That was the last episode, Adam.
I know. This one. So no one just honestly we did like a little prep work before this, and no one recapped the whole episode. So Nolan, you want to just start off where you picked up?
Wow, I never get the recap duties.
You get this whole part where it's empty.
All right, so episode pretty much starts off. They're all hugging, being fake. I just want to touch on the fact that my mom was really like questioning. She was like, "Why does everyone hug all the time after everything?" Like, I was like, "Yeah, if I was in the house, I'd kind of be annoyed by it. Like, you just got nominated, but you got to give Raven a hug." So, anyway, Jason goes to Kevin, and Kevin is like, "You're going home, bro." And he's like, Kevin has this all figured out.
Yeah, he does.
Which actually is true. He has it all figured out. He says to Jason, pretty much, "You're going home. There's no other reason for it." Gets Jason super paranoid. So Jason decides to confront Josh in the storage room, and he comes in hot, as Josh said, and it really was, because he comes in, he's like, "What's happening?" And
but did he look hot?
Yeah, he did look hot, and Josh was pretty much like, you have to chill." And then here comes little fucking Paul, comes storming in the room, thinking he has everything under control. He's trying to play both sides, but what he doesn't realize is that they're having a serious talk. Josh and Jason are having a serious talk about game, and he comes in and shows his true colors, that he's playing both sides of them. Right. And he comes in and says, "I think I'm getting backdoored," and like leaves the room. It was the most odd thing. Usually, Paul, a lot of things are calculated, and it seems that way, but this just seemed like a very
a misstep.
Yeah, just like a very big misstep in pretty much the flawless last week of Paul. Like, Paul has had a pretty flawless week.
Yeah, we can talk about the whole week too as we go, because we haven't really touched upon it since we didn't podcast. Yeah. There's a lot to cover. So we can make an extra long podcast and then just talk about whatevs.
Oh, whose decision is that, Adam? That's the producers, and we have to go by them first.
So, Nick, what do you think about Jason's paranoia?
Jason, all right, I'm going to just voice it. Jason shows the characteristics that a lot of them share. He doesn't know the game, right? A lot of these people aren't huge fans of the game, and I think this is where it's coming to bite him in the butt. Kevin, for example, keep that information yourself. If you know Jason's going, if you have that feeling in your head that Jason's going, why tell the guy who might be going? I don't care how close you are to him on a personal level. It's fucking stupid. So that bothers me that Kevin did that. Now, the fact that Jason went crazy and all paranoid is bad. When you're on the block and you freak out, that makes the rest of the house go a little crazy, and it will, as we saw in BB15, Spencer Clausen said it best, when you're on the block, stay calm. Jason's not doing that, and that'll probably lead to his eviction, depending on if he wins a POV. We'll get there.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter how he acted. He was going to go home no matter what this week if he don't POV. Like,
but it makes it worse.
Yeah, but it does make it worse, but he's like, for the most part, I feel like to his fellow house, because they're looking at him as he's being calm. Like, he's going home no matter what. I think Spencer Clausen was such a rare case of I'm going to be calm, and every week he just happened to stay because he wasn't looked at as the bigger threat. Yeah, he played a side. I think he played a lot better game than people give him credit for, but I don't think that strategy works for everyone. I think no matter how you act, if you're the target, and that's what's going to happen.
But if someone blows up during the week of hasn't that happened before? Like, if you give me 5 minutes to think, I'd probably pull someone out of the woodwork.
Has it happened? Have we seen it really this season?
Let's go through it. I don't really, probably not.
If you have to go through it, it probably didn't happen.
Has anyone changed through that week? Elena and Mark in the double.
Right, you're grasping.
No, but all right, but that's a Big Brother. Everyone in the Big Brother community, a lot of Big Brother fans are always saying that's the key to staying is just chilling. You never heard that before?
No, I'm not saying I haven't heard that.
I feel like you're just being devil's advocate to be devil's advocate at this point.
I just disagree with what you said. I think that strategy does work, and I think no matter what, if you're on the block, remain calm. But I don't think it mattered for Whistlenut this week. That's all I'm saying.
I think there's an equal mix of both. Like it depends on the situation. It depends on the situation where you could be odd or odd. You could be you could be calm or you could stress out a little bit because I feel like
XD
sometimes when you
dinosaur.
stress out, you can pull things out of your ass and make other people kind of get like, wait a minute, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
But at the same time, staying calm also can bite you in the butt because people are like, fine, he's fine with going home. Screw it, we'll just send him home.
Exactly. And I think like on Survivor, it would probably help more like with immunity idols because if you're calm, people are gonna be like, why is he calm? Like, why is that dude acting calm? Does he have an idol? In Big Brother, it's a lot different. You're like, okay, he's calm because he's okay with going home. I feel like that weighs in on it too with strategy.
What about the whole fact that in terms of the pecking order, they literally switched Raven and Kevin because Raven's getting on their nerves? Like that's
Nick, scenarios.
Right? Like, isn't that?
She's not in the box. She's just an annoying human being.
But that's an example of in Big Brother how someone's acting a little crazy and forcing them to get put higher on the chopping block.
That's like saying every action you make in Big Brother affects everything that happens. It
pretty much does.
Exactly. But you can't. I can say that for anything. Oh wow, that person acted paranoid the whole week that they weren't on the block, so we put them up the next week. You really get to A plus B equals C, like for anything. And I think that you're just saying, oh, well, Raven was annoying, so that she's doing that. Oh, well, Josh is annoying to some people too, and he's not going anywhere.
But okay, let's go back to week. What was all right? Fine.
We're the conversation having. Like, it's so silly.
Okay, so
right, Mr. Condescending.
Now, moving on. What do you guys think about Paul's misstep? Do you think it was a misstep? Do you think that, or do you think that the game just caught up to him, and it's kind of hard to maintain that flawless game for that long?
Yeah, no, I think honestly, like. I've been up and down with Josh all season, but I think he hit on the head this episode. He's playing a great game, like we've seen with Dan, Vanessa, and who else did he say? Oh, Derek. Okay, so with Dan, I think a lot of people have to realize is BB14, he did have a way bigger misstep than Paul. With the whole funeral thing before that, he was going home. And then he acted ridiculous, and he saved himself. So this little baby misstep isn't enough to screw up Paul's game.
I honestly think that the closest game you can compare his to is Derek, because Dan is such a like he was the person who was so manipulative that he was able to change things from week to week. For every week he was fighting, and the same thing with Vanessa Russo. Vanessa Russo, she wasn't just always fine. She had to fight. She won a couple POVs that saved her life, probably like 2 or 3. And when you have to compare Paul's game, someone has to be Derek's because Derek was never in a situation where he can go home just like Paul. So
Austin, how many POVs did Vanessa win? Can we get a count on that?
3 or 4.
Well, we're gonna fact check it right now.
Yeah, there goes fact check.
All right, so let's. Well, always fact checking. What's the next thing that happened? Josh.
Yep. We move on to their in the what do they call it? Like the lounging room, like that weird couch.
They call it the Austin Powers room. Is what they call it.
They call it the weird a different room every thing. It wasn't the hammock room ones because then they changed it because the hammock wasn't comfortable enough.
Yeah, that was
anyway.
I forget what that was. But now they call it the Austin Powers room. They call it the SPR.
3. Cool. Nolan's right?
Hey, kudos to you, those. Okay, so what happened with Josh?
So Josh, I believe Jason goes into the
little baby room.
Austin Powers room, and in there is Christmas and Alex, and he goes in and he's freaking out. He's like, guys, what do I do? And Alex is like, see, I told you. And Chris is like, you're good, dude. And then Alex is like, I told you, and punches him. And just like another little cutesy Alex things.
Cringe.
So then he's like, okay, I trust you guys. And like they pretty much Christmas pretty much just like makes a fool out of both of them.
Yep.
I mean, I don't really like the game Christmas is playing. I don't think she's playing a great game.
No.
But at the same time, I think that was like just like easily neutralize a couple of idiots.
Yep.
Which
they're both morons.
Which I condone her for that. But
Yep.
But even though it totally contradicted her speech, but anyway, I guess she just convinced the idiots that that was just like a kind of a little. I'm lost for the word.
A little.
What is it? A decoy.
There you go.
So then we fast forward back to the Austin Powers room, and in there is, I believe, who was it? Jason, Paul, and Raven. And Alex.
Paul's in the middle of them, like the little puppet master.
So Paul's playing puppet master, and here comes Josh. Josh comes in, and Jason starts saying a bunch of stuff that makes Josh believe that Paul is playing both sides.
Yes.
Which another tentative thing by Josh. Another one of those. I don't know. I'm just stuttering.
No. You're doing good. What makes me love Josh in that moment is that he finally picked some shit up that Paul's doing wrong.
Yeah.
The whole game, and I'm gonna get angry for a minute. You put a bunch of people who don't know the show in the game and don't let Paul dictate the game how he wants to because they don't know how it's really played. Josh is actually a big fan of the show, and I think that's one of the reasons that he could finally have a read on Paul manipulating people. Kevin doesn't know shit about the show. Jason, Alex, Raven claims she's a big fan. I think she's just a casual viewer.
I think she's just a fan of Paul's dick. Like, honestly, for the show, I really think she's a casual who, like, she's an obsessive casual. I think that's what she is. She follows them on Instagram, goes to his shows, but I don't think she's like a feedster. I don't think she goes crazy after dark.
Right. Point is that Josh is the only one of those.
I don't think it's even experience of the game. I think it's just experience of seeing past house guests. And at this point, they're in season 19. Every game that can be played has been played. So Paul is very comparable to Derek Levasseur, like we said before. So in that sense, if I was in the house, I feel like I would feel the same way. Yeah. And also another thing that I kind of picked up, and I want to get your guys' gauge on this. What like is it a mystery to the people in the house that Christmas and Josh are working together?
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I have no idea.
No, we're just friends. It's like, what? That's one thing about Big Brother. I hate the unspoken fact that they're like, no, there's no alliances. Like, it's Big Brother.
BB12?
Yeah, they always think, nah, like, it's crazy this season. There's not a lot of alliances. Everyone's aligned with everyone.
Yeah, maybe in the beginning there might be a couple of people who are like, you're not in an alliance, you're not in an alliance. But at this point, someone's always in an alliance.
Yeah, it's just so silly.
Or has a connection.
So then Josh, okay, this is the Josh I love, the woke Josh. There's woke Josh and bully Josh. Woke Josh is the one who's like picks up on cues, like realizes what's going on. Bully Josh is like pots and pans, da. So I love this Josh. I like seeing the fact that he's like, you know what, Paul's playing for himself. It only took him 76 days to get to this point, but better late than never. So now he's starting to come around on Paul. However, if he brings it up to anyone other than Christmas, he will be screwed.
Yeah.
So what can Josh do in this situation besides wait till Final 4 or 3 to take Paul out? Is there anything he can do?
4. No.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Honestly, 4-3, yeah.
Because 5, you don't have the votes. Nobody, never gonna have the votes unless it's 1 vote. In 4, you have 1 vote. In 3, you have 1 vote. And that's when I pray to God Kevin wins Final 4 HOH, and Josh somehow pulls a veto out because he knows the dates pretty well, and he acts as Paul.
But also, you have to remember that Christmas in this episode, this also is a part of the recap. Christmas showed her colors tonight, where she knows that Josh was talking about, yo, Paul's running this game.
Yeah.
And she pretty much said that she's aware of the fact that without Paul and Josh, both of them, she can't make it to the final 3. She is aware of the fact that she is no physical threat because she can't compete in 90% of the competitions. And I think that how much she has Josh by the balls, that she, no matter what Josh wants to do and no matter what every fan wants to happen, Josh make this big move, the Steve Moses onto Vanessa Russo move, it's not going to happen because Christmas needs them. But that's final 3.
Yeah.
But I think that's the difference between that is that Christmas can't compete in the final 3. Pretty much, she's automatically probably not. There's like a 1% chance she wins the final 3.
It's going to be Josh against Paul.
It's going to be Josh against Paul in the final HOH, and
it's a crapshoot.
Paul.
He won it last year.
Yeah, he won it last year.
Do you guys know he's already fishing for answers?
What?
They said the way he's talking to them, like he's fishing for the answers in the final HOH. That's how prepared
so funny.
He is. And I was talking to my mom about this. She had a really good point. We were talking about his game and how flawless it is, and she was like, the only thing I don't like is how he's being kind of like a sociopath, like, and he's making everyone like we were saying, bring people down, like causing people to be brought down just to bring them up. And she said the only reason he's doing all this is because he was so devastated that he lost, and he's still not. You know how people lose and they get over it?
Yeah.
Dan got over losing to Ian. He's still not over his loss.
No.
It still kills him inside. And the fact that the reason that I knew this more than anything was because he said to like he goes, he said the whole season, I would have taken Nicole no matter what last year because I want to reward the best player. But this season, he's all about doing what it takes to win. So he's just contradicting himself. Paul, to me, is nothing but someone who's still not over his loss, and it really affected him a lot more than he ever let on to.
Well, I mean, the other day there's a video on YouTube where he had a 4-minute conversation with Jason about how bad James Ewing's game was. Like, he went on, and James sucked, but he destroyed him. And, like, if you're still doing that a year later,
he's not over it.
Obviously.
It's like, I feel like it's like a breakup. People break up and it's bad, and when they get over it, they won't talk about it a year later. The fact that he's still talking about that he made the right move by taking Nicole shows he's not over it because he's justifying what he did a year ago.
Yeah.
So to save himself from that humiliation of being 1 vote away from winning and losing to a snake like Nicole and someone that people really didn't respect throughout the house, he's doing everything he can and lining every little part of the game up to make sure that he doesn't go through that humiliation again. And if he loses this season to Josh, it's all deja vu.
That's crazy. It would be crazy.
Oh, man, for his mental health, I kind of want him to win. Like, it affected him.
I mean, I can't the thing is, I think that Paul is so damaged by what happened last season. But the difference is, I genuinely think, and just based on what everyone's been saying, even Josh said it. Christmas is aware of it. All of the 3 people in the jury house are aware of it. And now Matt is, I don't know if Matt's aware. Well, Matt is aware of it, but even though he thinks Raven also is playing the game, they all know Paul's running it. Literally, the 3 people in the jury house were Elena, Mark, and Cody all said they're not playing Big Brother, they're playing Big Paul. So I'm pretty sure that he would win if he's in the final.
Absolutely,
no matter who's he's
would. No, you would. You're right.
Okay, we were talking about this today. Okay, let's say Josh does the other thing. What we're all hoping he does, and he cuts Paul's throat final 2. Does he beat Christmas?
I hope so.
It's
Who,
still
Josh?
Yeah. I know you think he will, right? You've said
I think he will, just because.
But I think we also want him to.
You also have to remember like we were just talking about. Josh is a super fan, and he knows, and he's made himself aware of the fact that he knows these winners and how they won.
Right.
So, and that's an extra edge on Christmas that he knows how to kind of sway. He knows if he's able to pull out the 3, Vanessa Russo. I know those are 3 big names, but still pulling them out of your ass like that.
It's more than
and
the
saying
rest
Big
of the
Brother
house.
16, Derek Levasseur. Like just like pulling Big Brother 16. Sometimes I get confused. Sometimes I get confused. I'm like, that was Big Brother 16.
Yeah.
So just him having the knowledge of like all the Big Brother winners or the people who played the best games, it also shows that he should be he should be able to formulate a speech at the end of the thing to sway the jury. Yeah.
What is Christmas gonna say though? Like, because as for like Mark and Cody, we don't know where they're gonna vote. Would they vote for Josh? I don't think Cody will ever vote for Josh.
Mark would.
Mark probably would.
Elena would.
Elena might. It would really suck to see someone like Christmas win, because I just think someone whose leg she's been out of the house, what she did with her leg, because she's followed Paul, says she needs him to get the end. You don't need anyone to get the end in Big Brother. There's been people who go on immunity or POV or streaks, like Rachel. She was on the outs and she went on a little POV streak, and that's what
Christmas can't though, so she does need him.
Does she need Paul though, or does she need anyone?
She needs Paul and Josh. Yes, at this point she does.
I think she definitely, it's got to be Paul.
Well, listen,
she could depend on other people.
Somebody else might take her, like what a Raven might take her, or somebody like that. But why not go with your surefire bet in the 2? Yeah. Okay, we should get the veto count, right?
Okay, yeah. So let's go to honestly, every celebrity that's come in the house before, like they've definitely just been like a promo, right? And like this was too. But Bobby Moynihan was the first celebrity that was really a fan of the show.
And he hung out in the house with them. And
and he made jokes. Brother Pots and Pans. That was hysterical.
He's a feedster. He watches Big Brother Canada. He's a big fan.
That's so funny. He watches Big Brother Canada. He has to get a proxy to watch Big Brother Canada. Like he has to illegally do it.
All right, so what did Bobby Moynihan? He made fun of Raven a little bit.
That was funny about the pacemaker. That was adorable.
That was cute. Then he made fun of the whole house. Said they should have got Paul out, which was another nod to super fans. Well, I don't know if casual fans want Paul out. I'm assuming everyone does, but maybe they don't. And then, do you want to get right into the veto comp?
Yeah.
Okay. So we get to this comp where basically Josh is the only one not participating to start out with, and how this comp's gonna work is that house kids get slapped, punched, and kicked a bunch of times in different areas of their bodies, and then they have to answer questions about how many times they get punched, slapped, or kicked. So, do you want to just give me a run through the comp real quick?
Yeah.
Everyone gets eliminated besides Paul and Alex, so they have to do a tiebreaker to see who wins the comp. Now, before the tiebreaker, this is the hey Alex. This adds to the list of reasons to hate Alex with a burning passion. No one's being incredibly rude right now, and
I'm sorry.
I'm just joking.
Down the wrong place.
I'm joking.
Cough on your own time.
Yeah, go to the doctor, you bitch.
Yeah, die in peace. Okay. So what happened?
All right, tiebreaker. Alex looks to Jason. Jason, should I throw it, Jason, dude, bro?
And he's like,
go for it. Why would you tell her to go for it?
I don't know.
She gets taken off. He has a better chance of like going home, right? Or no?
I don't know.
I don't get his logic. Regardless, then he says go for it. So they do a bunch of tiebreakers, and then Alex says, "Are you serious?" To Bobby Moynihan. You all right?
Yeah, no, come on, keep talking.
And they do a bunch of tiebreakers, and eventually Paul wins. Bobby Moynihan. You can see it in Bobby Moynihan's face that he's really like not excited for this hug. Paul yells friendship. It's uncomfortable.
Friendship. Like he pulls it out of nowhere. Like he hasn't really been using it much this season.
He probably has, but they don't air it because they're like, we're sick of it. So then we get back into the house, and Josh says, okay, I'm going for round 2. I'm going to voice my concerns to Christmas again. He goes to Christmas outside on the couches. She dismisses it right away. He says, screw this. I'm getting up. He walks away. Then she pulls out the inner Vanessa Russo inside of her and
Oh
flips the switch on poor little Josh. I saw flashbacks of Steve Moses having that little panic attack in the same room.
They're setting up for a Josh Steve win. Nolan, I don't know if you saw this too, but they were talking about it on Reddit, and they said if Josh cuts Paul, it's literally Steve with Vanessa.
Yeah.
Like it's a replay of that.
Him being controlled the entire game. And then at the end, cutting the master's throat.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. Steve was aware of what he had to do the whole time. I remember him talking to the backyard, and maybe final 10, 11, being like, this is what I have to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I trust, and then I want to do that. He had a more of like a set plan.
Mm-hmm.
Josh kind of came to him within the last 5 days.
Nolan, I want you to give a speech for Josh if he's up against Paul, he's evicting in final 3.
In his voice.
Hey, you big meatball. I know that we friendship throughout the house and you're my boy, but this is best for my game and I have to vote to evict you. Like it would be the most casual.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be like a I gotta do this for my game like Steve Moses. Like it would be like I gotta evict you, you big meatball. And Paul would vote for Christmas.
Yeah,
Yes,
he bitter.
yes.
Bitter,
He'd be
bitter
very
Paul.
bitter.
Yes.
Paul's one of the most bitter
And then
house guests.
Christmas would end up winning and I would end up fucking never watching the show
Nolan
again.
would honestly he might count.
Christmas, besides Raven, is playing the worst game in the house. But she has the worst game right now in the house.
Yes,
What
also.
would be more gratifying? With Josh cutting Paul's throat, would that be more gratifying than Steve cutting Vanessa's throat?
Yes.
Yeah. It was.
Oh,
I hate it.
Nah, because
I don't think so. I don't think so because in my opinion,
yeah.
well, yes,
You hate
you also have
Vanessa.
to remember, for people watching, I'm a little like biased because I fucking hate Vanessa Rizzo still to this day. I don't even consider her in the top 10.
What about Tiffany? Tiffany?
Yeah, she's great. No. So, but I think that it was more gratifying because as much as Paul played Josh, he played the whole house.
Yeah.
Vanessa was playing Steve. Like she brought him along because she knew that she can control him. That was pure just you're my dog and you're gonna do what I say no matter what. And when he didn't do something that went her way, she would literally yell at him and be like, what the fuck, bro? Like you can't do this. We're gonna both get evicted and freak him out and take advantage of him. And that's why it was more gratifying for me, I think, when Steve cut Vanessa's throat than if Josh cut Paul's throat, because Josh is a fan who's made big moves in the house. He's gone after big threats. Yeah. He has a backbone a little bit.
Yeah.
Steve was literally a kid in the house that was freaked out of everything. He was afraid of his own shadow.
Yeah. Question. But Paul has done it to everybody in the house, where Vanessa did it to one person. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it would be. I think that's why it was more gratifying that when Steve cut Vanessa's throat, because it was literally the dog killing the master. Then when it's gonna be Josh and Paul, it's just like, bro, like I had to. Like you were gonna win.
Yeah, I don't think Paul will see it though. He'll be like, that's messed up. Like here's the thing about Josh that Steve doesn't have. Josh has a way better rise to power. This dude, if he didn't grab that apple, was most likely they said he was gone week 1. They said Cody would have put him on the block, get his ass out of there. Week 1, that's like an Ian's Harry type thing. But then he made this big target. He was like, I just want to get to jury. I remember him talking to Mark, and Mark's like, maybe we'll get you to jury. Like, we could do that. I think if Josh wins or even makes the final 3, you got to give him some credit. Like, come on. Like,
yeah, of course.
He was literally the first person everyone wanted out. Public enemy number 1 the first week because he
grabbed the apple.
We legit remember after week 1, we're like, oh my god, this guy is what we thought he was going to be.
You know exactly why I grabbed this apple. Now, did him grabbing the apple
save his game?
Yes.
Was he actually going to have a chance of going that week?
Great chance. I think.
Wow.
But nobody ever talked about it because he wasn't going. Everyone's like, yeah, Josh.
Could you imagine his final speech? I grabbed the apple week 1, and to this day, I still do not regret it. You know why I grabbed the apple.
Did we ever talk about the story how they said Nicole Franzel was so freaked out by Josh, and she was yelling for production, and they closed the door, and it was Nicole and Josh just sitting there, and she was freaked out, like shaking. Yeah, she was like shaking. And he said, and Kevin goes, "You scared the little girl night 1." And he's referring to Nicole as the little girl who beat Paul night 1.
Yo, isn't that crazy? First of all, Nicole, she posted a selfie on
Come
Instagram,
on,
and it pissed me off so much because she's just so annoying.
All right, come on.
Her just flashbacks to the feeds last year where she would make that face in the mirror and fix her hair all night, and it just killed me inside. And I was like, oh, cringe. And then her and Victor posting kissing pictures.
Okay,
makes me want to vomit. Like,
all right,
it's terrible.
So,
but it is another thing about Paul bringing blank to the final 2.
Blank.
Like to the final 3.
Raven.
Do you think that what do you think would be his ideal? Because I know why he's bringing Christmas and Josh. That's his easiest route to win the final 2. Because at this point, no one's gonna bring him to final 2. If he doesn't win final HOH, he's screwed.
Christmas? I feel like
I think
she can't win it.
Oh, yeah,
so
it
doesn't matter. I think Kevin would.
I think
Dude, but why? But even if Christmas won, why do you think she would bring Paul and
I don't
not
know.
Josh?
I can't read inside her mind. You know how we can usually formulate their opinion? I don't know why.
I know why. So I read this online. People think that she wants to protect her image. She wants to have
That's what I
fame
said.
after the house, and she thinks America's sweetheart. I'm keeping him.
That's
to the
what I
end.
said.
You said it right now.
No, like more weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Okay,
That's people
yeah,
online
sure.
think. They also think Raven's been saying the whole time, "I would take Paul. I would take Paul." He thinks I think that Josh and Christmas will both take him. Josh is, I think, the only one who's going to cut him at this point.
Mhm.
Kevin's too
Wow.
stupid to realize what the final two game is.
I love Kevin, but he's
No,
I-
not stupid. in
I
terms
would
of
be
real life.
thoroughly shocked. And at this point in the game, I'm not shocked by anything dumb they do in the house.
Yeah.
But that would be the icing on the cake that just tops off the dumb season.
Yep.
But I think that the only reason Paul's wants to go to the final three with Josh and Christmas is because he knows that that's his best chance of winning the final three.
yeah.
Because he automatically cuts out the threat of it. Pretty much, if he brings Josh and Christmas, it's him against Josh in the
You have to beat the village idiot.
Yeah. And you have to beat the village idiot in the comp about knowing people in the game, which Josh has made enemies with every person in the game, and Paul has actually known people and got to know everyone.
Could we safely say, sorry to cut you off, before you started, could we safely say right now that the only two people with a chance the best two people with the best chance of winning are Paul and Josh?
I think
Easy,
Christmas
right?
has a chance still.
What about Kevin?
I think she could beat Josh.
Nah.
I would.
No. Yeah. If it's Paul against Kevin, but Kevin's not going to win any competition. Kevin makes it. I think he wins because the jury just loves him.
Okay, let's go to the funny veto comment.
Like, I'm done with this fucking conversation. I'm getting mad about even thinking of Christmas winning.
Dude,
Okay.
punch me in the fucking face.
I'm mad about thinking Christmas winning. I'm
Give
being
me a
like, I
punch back.
deserve this.
Punch. No,
Christmas guy,
punch.
buy her book, bitch.
Take it
Dude,
out.
she fucking won the HOH.
Oh.
That Paul made everyone
Hold the
throw to
vote.
her, and
Hold
she
the
comes
vote.
in the house and is like, I won another HOH. What's up, everyone? Instead of being like, if I was in the house, I'd be like, yeah, everyone throw the fucking HOH to me. Like, this is cool, but whatever.
Do you think
Like,
you and Christmas are going to honestly hook up after
oh
this
my
show?
god,
Yeah, totally.
she would probably kill me.
She would. She
She would kill me in my sleep.
Autoerotic
She bet,
slave.
I'm
She'd
not
be like-
one of your club whores.
She would fucking put a pillow on me.
All right, let's get the vetoes.
You try to lift it, you
And
wouldn't
she'd-
be able to because she's so
She would squeak away.
And
Yeah.
yesterday she was really pissed because it was the day that she was supposed to get married. Awkward.
She was
2
upset.
days ago.
She said it?
She said, I'm like, yeah, she was upset. Veto ceremony.
that's kinda sad.
Yeah, it's sad, but veto ceremony. Alex gets taken down by Paul because, oh no, wait, I'm sorry, I missed the complete
Boo, Nick, boo.
We want Bobby Moynihan.
We want Bobby Moynihan.
All right, Josh brings his concern to Paul and Christmas after Christmas said, I'm not like one of your club whores.
Wait, he said that? She said that?
Yeah, she goes, I'm not one of your club whores. Then
And,
Josh
and,
doesn't
you
have-
forgot the biggest part about Raven being like, what'd you say, baby?
Oh, yeah, what'd you say? Yeah, whatever. Okay, sorry, I'm messing up. Josh brings his concern to Paul and Xmas. They shut him down, saying it's not best for the team. What the fuck? Big Brother is not a team sport. 3 people don't win. Like, the winner of Big Brother, congratulations, team. And they're like, yeah.
Charles Manson, right? He was the guy who had the cult.
Yeah.
Right, just making sure that's the right
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Because I was gonna say Marilyn Manson, I realized that was not him. But
That's
the guy
how
who
you-
Charles Manson, guys, it's best for the team. Everyone just drink the Kool-Aid.
All right,
Charles.
so I'm just going to get through this quick.
Am I thinking the wrong guy?
Oh,
No.
another ironic statement of the century. Paul says, I don't make mistakes this late in the game.
Oh, what?
What the? Yeah, a year ago, Paul.
Except for losing to
No, he could have taken James, you idiot. Christmas mentions the team won last time before we end the segment. And then Josh's idea is shut down. We're good. Chop City, bitch. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Then we get the veto ceremony. Alex gets taken down. Christmas says that everyone's been on the blog besides Kevin. Another ridiculous statement that's not true. Yeah,
Paul
Paul.
is funny, the irony. You got to give him credit, though. He was like,
Yeah.
Everyone's been on the blog except for me.
which is fun because as much as Paul's like a little like sociopath and that as much as like it's crazy to think of how different of a game he played from last season and this season. That's why, in my opinion, if he wins this season, he would be top 5 easy.
Yeah,
for me.
I say
because
that. Yeah, I give you that.
because
I don't want to give you that.
because he played. Not only did he come in first and second, but he played got in first, second, and playing 2 totally different games. First game, he was back against the wall pretty much the entire season. Always on the block. How many times was he on the block? Like 6 times.
Yeah, something like that.
And this season, none. Like he played Derek Levasseur and he played. I don't even know.
He played like, okay. You have to remember though, midway through last season, his fate did change, and he got one the majority.
Yeah.
That was his doing, so good for him. Okay, so after that, Kevin gets renommed, and Kevin, I think, thinks he's going home at this point.
Wait, the renom rule? I'm kidding.
Ariana Grande, rest in peace. Then we do the whole Kevin gets renommed. Is that's not even the right
I think
word?
you're close enough.
I'm close enough. Terminology. And he's like, I don't know. I did all they told me, and I'm still like, I still have a chance to go home. I think at this point, Jason thinks he's staying and Kevin thinks he's leaving.
Yeah.
And that makes me excited because I want to see Alex's dumb face when what happened. Oh my God, my ride or die that you keep yelling out. You keep calling him a ride or die. Now he's going home.
I think the most sweet part about it would be that not only does her ride or die go home, because that's just glorious in itself. The better part of it is that she's been telling him the entire time, stop worrying, dude, you're good, and like punching him and being like, stop worrying, and then him going home and her being like, I'm like,
and then she goes in the double and the house is good again.
Could you imagine how bad would you feel? Say you two were in the house and Nick thought he was gonna go home, and the whole time you were like, Nick, stop worrying, you're good, and then he goes home.
I feel terrible.
Exactly.
Would you kiss me on the way out?
And she'd be like, Paul, what happened? And Paul's like, I didn't do it. And she'd be like, okay, Paul.
He's gonna say word for word tomorrow. He's gonna be like, Alex, it's me and you. Guarantee says something stupid like that.
He's gonna do a Dan Giesling on Danielle.
Yes.
Where she's like, what happened to Shane? He's like, it's me and you now.
Yep, exactly.
And he's like, this is odd. She's like, okay.
And what was Dan? A sociopath.
But honestly, at the end of the day, that's her only option, right?
Yeah,
in the house, like
Alex,
it might be a good move on Paul's part, but at the end of the day, for Alex, if Alex doesn't accept Paul's offer and being like, it's only me and you now, we got to stick together, what other choice does she have?
But okay, here's my question. So let's say Paul makes up this. Like, he knows Jason's going home, right? He's only doing this to pretend to fight with Josh. Like they're having this fake fight in a double eviction, whatever. So this is what Paul's doing. He's Alex can be, wow, Paul had my back no matter what. She's gonna go to jury. Then next week, Raven goes to jury or whoever and says, Paul didn't have your back. He knew you were going home. He knew that Jason was going home. Isn't she gonna be more mad because she realized that Paul was lying to her the whole time and knew the whole plan?
Maybe
because he's making up this fake way to be nice, but she's gonna find out that he's being fake about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Would you be surprised? Tomorrow's a double eviction. Would you be surprised if when Jason goes home, if Alex won the HOH and still doesn't nominate Paul?
No, she's
Would
not
you be
gonna.
surprised?
She won't.
She won't?
No.
Okay.
It's gonna be
she's gonna nominate Kevin maybe and Ellie and Josh or Chris.
She's a moron if she wins HOH and doesn't nom the two people who just try to vote her out. Right? Yeah. Logically, she's an idiot. However,
Jason out.
Vote. Vote. No, they voted her out. Josh and Raven are gonna. Oh, right, you're right. What am I saying?
Wow, some Big Brother podcaster.
No. Voted her friend out. You're right. Sorry, voted her friend out.
Yeah. She should go after
the people who voted her friend out.
Josh and Paul.
Yeah. But Christmas. No, Paul's voting to keep her.
Him.
That's the funniest thing. Fuck. That's the funniest thing that through all of this, Josh's paranoia was all correct. He saved every single move. That just goes to show how bad. That is why, if anyone watching is confused of why I said before Christmas is playing the worst game, it's because she's letting all this happen to Paul. Yeah, letting him not get any blood on his hands. But Josh said tonight he was bathed in blood. They're bathed in blood, and Josh has not a splatter of blood on him. He did everything this week. Yeah. Every single move made this week, all the throwing of the competitions to Christmas and Jason going home, all for Paul. Right. And he didn't have to take he got to take Alex off the block and save face, and he doesn't have to vote to evict Jason. Right. So not one splatter of blood. That just goes to show how good of a player Paul is and how bad of a player Christmas is.
I want to say sorry, go ahead.
And the thing is though, and this is what Josh is saying, it makes us look terrible, it makes you look great. And he's like, no, it's best for all of us. He can't think they're that dumb. Yeah. Like really, like I get it. He really thinks low of them if you think he's gonna pull this off with being unscathed. He's a great. You can't deny that Paul's a good player. The fact, and we're gonna talk about this real quick. The fact that he convinced all of them to throw that competition to Christmas, and that was Paul's doing, is unbelievable. If you can convince a bunch of idiots, and I don't care how stupid they are, to say we're gonna all throw this to one person, somebody's the target. Somebody has to be the target, and it's Alex is gonna look back and be like, "I'm so dumb for throwing that."
I think I have a weird theory that I think might happen. I think we might get a ridiculously bitter jury. Paul is making these great connections with these people, and he's gonna snap their necks.
Elena, he already cut her. She hit a great
so what happens when Alex and Jason, who don't know the game as well as Elena and Mark do, go to the jury and say, "I'm not voting for someone who screwed me over when he told me we were gonna be final 3 the whole time."
Yep, that's one thing about Big Brother.
You never know.
This, in the one guy in Survivor, Nolan Adam, the one who won last, his mom passed away. He said. I think it was him, and then also the Cochran said it. He said you have to make good enough connections where people like you enough to vote for you, but not good enough connections where they get really mad that you voted them out. It's this weird balance.
The middle ground.
Get me to like you, and I want you to like me enough, but not too much. And that was why there's people. You see people get killed by juries.
Yeah,
it's because they make everyone think they're their best friend and they cut their throat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's done that in Big Brother where they've gotten killed by the jury because they pretended to be really good friends?
Dan Giesling.
Yeah, Dan was like more than that. I feel like
no, but he was that, right?
I think right now Paul's 4 votes, unless he goes with Raven.
Who do you
Matt and Raven are gonna vote for him.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt.
Right
Raven.
now he has 4 votes, unless Raven goes to no 4 votes because right now the 4 in the jury. I say right now he has 4 votes in the jury. All 4 people in the jury are gonna vote for him. Cody literally. Cody gave him respect when he came back in the game. He said, "You're the only alpha in here," which, in Cody's words, that's the highest honor.
Compliments.
Then and they all were aware of the fact in jury. They all sat there and said they're playing Big Paul, and they're all aware of that. And I genuinely think that Cody will give Paul the money because especially if he's against Christmas and Josh. Like, he's not going to vote for Christmas or Josh. He thinks they're spineless. Like,
Cody's not. I could, for some weird reason, see Mark and Elena doing a little flippity flop. I could.
We don't know. We're not in the jury house.
I know.
We won't know the finale night. Like, it's very tough to read the jury. We've seen, like, last year, Davon voted for Nicole.
Thank God
Davon pretty much is the reason Nicole won.
No, Davon is the reason that Paul's here this year.
No, but there's more votes than Davon.
Yeah, but
I know, but Davon was the one who was so avid about Nicole being the
Davon, like, we can.
Natalie said she voted for Nicole
Natalie is
because
the
she was a
worst
woman.
character in person in Big Brother history. Like, I think Natalie's
She has rivals this season.
Natalie and Alex are like bottom tier.
I would put Natalie slightly above Alex because Alex is just more mean.
Yeah, there's parts last season where
Natalie's mean too, but
Natalie voted for Nicole because Paul called Big Meech the C word, even though Big Meech said it's okay, Paul, and Big Meech voted for Paul too. And Natalie still is sticking up for her girl. Like, oh my God, man!
Yeah,
like,
I don't think. Okay, I understand.
This is like this. Yeah,
I understand rooting for your gender and like wanting a female to win. I completely get that.
Yeah,
but I think if you're rewarding someone $500,000, it should be on who played the best game. Yes. However, they're the jury and they're allowed to vote how they want. Mm-hmm. If I say I want to vote for someone because they have light hair, I could vote for them. It's my prerogative.
Right. I have a point to make, right?
You decide what's your credentials.
Is it easier to vote for someone whose game is better laid out for you? For example, we all thought Paul should have won because his trajectory was much clearer. Nicole's was like weird and you didn't know what she was doing. Paul, you knew at every step of the way what he was doing last year, right? When you vote for someone like Ian, Terry, and Dan, okay, they didn't see all the behind the scenes that went into Dan's game. Even though that didn't have that much impact, Ian, Terry went from bottom to top. Josh is going to go from bottom to top. Yeah. It's easy to see that trajectory. Yeah. I'm not going to say he's going to win over Paul, but I do think Josh can win over some people in the house.
Ramsey's just went from bottom and he stayed bottom because I don't think Ramsey's is the top.
But no, also you have to remember every single person who's in the jury so far, and most people in the house have made it aware that they know that how good of a game Paul played, except for the exception of Jason and Alex are the only two I feel like are the only two who haven't said like this is Paul's game.
Once Alex said Paul's a great player, that's it.
Yeah, but still, Alex still thinks that she's playing an equal game. Jason still thinks that he's playing an equal game. Like the only people like Christmas acknowledged it. Josh acknowledged it like openly. All 4 of the members of the jury acknowledged it. Yep. The only people who really are oblivious is Jason and Alex, because Alex, she knows he's a good player and she wants him to win, supposedly.
Even Kevin acknowledged it.
Yeah. They all know.
No, Paul's great. I mean, they know Paul's great. I'm just saying I have a little hope that there's going to be some bitter jurors.
Yeah. The weirdest thing is before the season, I remember you and Austin talking the first night, and you're like, if Paul wins this season, is he one of the best of all time?
We're like, he's not going to fucking win.
He's not going to win. 2, that's a long shot. I think Paul's going to be pre-jury. And we're sitting here at the end of the season. If he wins, it's going to go, in my opinion, Dan and Will, you're not going to beat. It's going to be Dan to me, then Will. Mm-hmm. Derek played once. Derek has to play again. I can't. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it's weird because it's he threw a perfect game.
He threw a perfect
game,
right?
with no real outliers.
Here's the thing. That's the same thing. I'm like, there's so many. Because Survivor has so many elements of Big Brother. You know, Kim Spradlin, Nick's like when Nick's the winners. Yeah, she played a flawless game, right? Yeah. But she only played once, so people can't put her over that hump. For people like Sandra, who won twice, but she lost that one big time. Paul finishing in second and first is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Someone else did that? Dan Giesling.
Yeah, well,
And almost
Dan's number
Jordan
one.
Lloyd.
But Dan did that, and he's number 1. But Dan has
Yeah.
done another.
But the
he's
only reason I give Derek
the edge
the edge is because
season 1.
Dr. Will came in 1 and 4, right?
Yes.
1 and 4.
1 and 4, but he's Dr. Will. He revolutionized the game. Like
Yep.
he literally didn't win one competition in his entire 2 seasons and still came in 1st and 4th. Dan, he gets the edge because he's Dan. Like there's no need.
He's
to
the best
say.
of all time.
Derek threw a perfect game, had not one flaw in his game. Like you can't really pick a major flaw in his game like you can pick other winners. Paul got the first 4 weeks of safety. He pretty much got it thrown to him. He got the friendship bracelets. He had a bunch of outliers this season.
Yeah.
I still think he's top 5 easy, but I think he's easily top 5. I think he's right underneath Derek Levasseur. If not, there might be some cases where you can convince me that Paul is better.
Oh, I know. So yours is what it's Dan, Will, Derek, Brendan Vegas. And
Brandon Vegas is 4. Then
Honestly, I think Brandon might be 2 for me, but I'm not going to say that 100%. So
Brandon's 1 for me.
Oh yeah, well Brandon's 1 for all of us. And that person on Skype. So I think that it's
we should do a podcast.
After the season, let's think of a bunch of because I say we interview the people after the season.
Yeah, I don't think
we mix it with the season. I think we bring the big because off-season podcasts we do 2 a week. 1 we do lists. And then another interview.
I would love to do a
best physical
player,
best all-time
winners because I have a lot to say about that. I have a lot to say about that.
Crazy categories. Best people over 40. Worst people to get stuck in a competition. Silliest BB moments of all time. #fun. Silliest pranksters of all time.
How many people laughed at Alex's prank when she jumped out on their thing? 1.
James
and it was Allison Grondner.
I love this.
Oh my god, that was great. Okay. Anyway, is that the episode?
Yeah, let's take
that's the episode, Joe.
Let's take some questions. If you guys got questions, shoot away. But I have a question of my own right now.
Ooh.
Talk away, baby boy.
If Brendan Viegas was never on the show,
yes,
would Rachel Riley still have red hair nowadays?
No.
Why not?
She'd have blonde hair.
Why?
Because she has to conform to try to find a man.
Okay, now at this point, hopefully we got a question.
Yeah, we got a bunch.
I'm sure we got a.
Okay, Lexi has a good one. But Paul was handed the first half of the season on a silver platter.
Yeah.
How can you suggest he's one of the best when this season was set up for him to win? And not denying he's a good player, not the best. Can I answer?
Yeah.
If Paul was put up that first week or second week or third week, they were not voting him out. So that's the one argument when everyone says, "Oh, he was handed 3 weeks of safety." The house, he had the numbers. There was no way he was going home any of those weeks. So if I get it, if he was put up and he would have went home, that's completely fine. We all talk about how Dan's one of the best players of all time, but Dan had 3 weeks of safety too. He wasn't in the coaches. He was
true.
Sick.
Yeah.
So I think that you have to realize that Paul was not going to be touched, minus the Cody putting him up. Cody didn't talk. What is it? Console? Is that the right word? Console with anyone? Consult with anyone. That's a better word. And they would have kept him safe 100%. So I don't think that's a good argument in my opinion. I know Nolan brought up before. I don't think you could really use those weeks against him. He was not going home.
But also you have to remember that Paul. We don't know what Derek would have done on a second season. And he also made it known that he would not come back unless it was with Dr. Will and Dan. But
it's a cop out.
Yeah, but also Paul, yes, he got the first 4 weeks handed to him, but you can't turn down the fact that how much of a puppet master he is right now. Like he is the epitome of a puppet master right now. When everyone throws around play puppet master in Big Brother, Paul's playing puppet master right now. He's controlling these people like they're literally his puppets. He got all of them to throw a competition. That's in my opinion, that move to get every single person throw to a cripple.
It's one of the best of all time.
Is one of the best moves ever.
That's what they were saying on Reddit. They were saying that move. How could you not put that in the top 10 moves? Everyone literally saying, "Paul, do I throw it?" And then being, "You're up. You." That's unbelievable. And just because the whole season is kind of shitty with certain parts.
Right.
The only move I can think of off the top of my head is Dan's funeral. I love that. The only other move that I can think of.
I think I love Judas going home. That's one of my favorite moves. I love without the shoes on. That was amazing. I'm sorry, bro. That move was. I think you have to really give Paul credit for that. This season, we're going to look back, I guarantee, and say Paul's game, everyone's saying online that I've seen this a lot too, that you're going to look back and say, wow, like Paul's game was sick.
It was good.
I hate Paul. I think he's a douche little baggy. but
Douche baggy?
is a douche little baggy.
Okay.
But I think that his game is impeccable. You got to give him credit.
Cool,
If
dude.
Paul wins HOH for double eviction, who would he put up? I don't think he wins because
He
he's
throws
been
it.
throwing
He
it.
throws it.
He's just gonna throw
But
it.
no, sometimes they luck out and they win by mistake.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Paul.
He puts up
If it's a crapshoot, he
Raven and Kevin, and somebody uses the veto and they take Alex out. He's not gonna want to get
Yeah.
that blood in his hands. I think he said that. That's why I'm so confident with it.
I'm sure that sounds about right.
Oh, why don't you just see her? Yeah, right.
Is Derek? If Derek would come back by himself, he would have to change his whole strategy from season 16 because everyone saw how he already played out. Yes, but at the same time, if Derek came back, he would probably be on he would not come back like Paul did in a single returnee. He would come back with a bunch of returnees, and at that point, a lot of returnees of Big Brother act like they're the shit, and they don't give a fuck about if he was in. Take it for example, if he was on an all-star season. Nobody really cares about Dan. People are going to take out Dan first. People are going to take out the Dr. Wills first, even over like Boogie and like the more known players. Derek is a known player and one of the best players of all time. But you also have to remember he threw a perfect game against the worst team in the league.
I got a question though. Do you think that the old school stars would team up? They'd be like, let's keep the Dans and Dr. Wills in, and let's go after these new school Dereks.
Think so. I think Derek
happen.
Derek is one of the biggest egos after the show. You could just, based on Derek's tweets and things we've heard, Derek has a huge ego.
Yeah,
right?
Inside, right?
I like Derek on the show. After the show, I think he's a big douche.
I liked him on the episode when he came back. It was okay.
He was okay, but I just hate Derek's like when he tweets, I told them all, make moves. It's just like that's so cringe to me. It's just him trying to like put himself in this BB God category, which he's in, but he's trying to like I'm Derek. I can tell them what to do. That just annoys me. So I would love to see Derek come back and get obliterated. Like I would really love to see him go out like first or second.
Okay. Question from Sharina: if Josh won HOH in double eviction, would he shake a shot at Paul? I don't think so.
No.
It's way too fast paced. Yeah, it's way too fast paced to even think. At that point, like you have to remember how fast a double eviction is. He would in the back of your mind, you'd be like, "I'll just wait for another time."
Okay, question for you guys: worst dressed house guest of all time?
Honestly, Derek Levasseur just like changed his style midway through the season,
That
but I don't think he's the worst
Let's shit on
I don't think
dressed.
you guys saw Big Brother season 2 Mike Boogie. Look it up.
Yeah, he's not looking great there. I think Boogie's just as a whole didn't do the best with his how he dressed.
What about how he looks?
I think last season we had somebody dressed really poorly.
Bridget said there's a clip from before Jessica was evicted that Cody
Yeah.
and Jess said in that moment in the game that they would vote for Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Slay Queen.
Okay, who's gonna win America's Favorite? Cody.
I think everyone vote now. Final answer right now, and then we can go along in the season progresses, but right now with how many weeks? 4 weeks left. There's 2 weeks left.
So 2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight.
Well. With 2 weeks left,
Did you say 4?
I say
So
Cody.
silly.
Cody.
Yeah.
Nick.
Adam's up.
I also think it's gonna be Big C.
I'm gonna say Megan. If she's not there, not allowed.
Cameron.
Then Cameron and Dom. Then Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
We all think Cody.
Yeah.
Well, that's not fun.
Yeah. Well, good. Honestly,
I'll give an outlier pick.
imagine Alex's face. when
Vanessa Russo. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
And Jeff Weldon sitting there shaking his damn head.
Like I knew it. I only saw.
Who's the runner up? Okay, top 3. You think it's gonna be Mark, Kevin, and Cody, right?
Mark, Kevin, and Cody.
I think there's a shot Jess gets there. I think those are the top 4 easy.
That would be
Paul goes
crazy.
from
If
third,
I think they might. I think Jess might be in the top 3. They'll say
Top
that
place?
because that's huge for a pre-jury to be.
Jason
America's
Roy
favorite.
was. Jason Roy was in top 3.
It was Howard.
He's like Yahakas. Rest in peace
That'd be
to
pretty
that
cool,
guy.
but it would be more shocking to see everyone's faces that Cody, Jess, and Mark were the top 3.
Mark would make him so happy.
He's a sweetie.
That would be cool if Mark
And
won.
Kevin's gonna go home to a lot
But
of love.
the reason I don't want Mark to win, even though he's a great guy and he deserves it, is that it wouldn't shock the house.
You
People
want
would be
to
like, he's a good guy, whatever. If Cody won, they would be like, imagine Alex's face, imagine Raven's face, Matt's face, Paul's face. Like they would all be shocked.
They would think it's rigged or something. Alex, it bothers her every day that Jess won that care package. She said it still bothers her to this day because they think she cried a lot. That's
Alex
why.
deserved it.
I cannot
Adam?
wait to see Alex
She did.
on finale night and all the mean things she said just come back to bite her in her butt.
One thing you have to remember if you ever make it on Big Brother, and this goes for everyone watching, if you ever are on Big Brother, remember the underdog always wins.
Yes.
America loves an underdog
underdog.
story. No, that's just human psychology. Everyone loves an underdog
Yep.
story. When it's 18 people against 1, they're gonna vote for that one. They're gonna so that's why that's why if you're ever in the house and you're in like an Alex spot and you see someone like Jess and Cody win, don't be shocked because that's what happens.
Slay Queen, you're right.
Josh will ever call up Paul and blow up his game. Sharina says, no, I don't think so. I don't think he has the numbers. Nobody else is gonna turn on Paul besides Josh. If he's gonna make a move, it's gonna be F3 or F4, and that's really what it comes down to.
It would be a Steve move.
If Alex wins HOH tomorrow, the double eviction, she puts up Christmas and Josh. But that, I mean, yeah, she probably puts up Christmas and Josh, and I think Josh could go home.
Is the POV clown shoe?
I would hope so. It has to be, right?
If you don't know what the clown shoe competition is, it's
Big Jeff's demise.
Yeah, it's a competition where you pretty much just run down in a bunch of balls or something. You look for 3 items. We say clown shoe because when Jeff Schroeder got out in a double eviction, he threw the clown shoe over the ledge and lost.
How do you do that?
And that's what sent him home.
They probably put him on top for him to find easily.
Yeah, and he messed it up.
No, he did it because he was literally like, it was his fault. It wasn't Big Brother's fault. I'm sure they rigged it for him, but still. Could you imagine the production offices? That was one thing. If I could be on a fly on the wall, it would be when Jeff got evicted.
I think
he was gonna win.
Yeah. Okay, Jeff in the country, yes, Bridget. It was a great moment in Big Brother. We were probably one of the few people celebrating when that happened.
Oh, we were
so
we're
like what is it, smarks? We're very smart.
Really.
So we don't like who America loves. We try to go against that as like we consider ourselves super fans. Yeah. So we were celebrating when Big Jeff went home, and Nick loved Big Jeff in his first season. If Josh goes home, I'll cry. Me too. I think if Josh goes home, we lose all hope of seeing Paul.
I can't see a situation where Josh goes home.
Yeah, I don't think Josh will go home either.
Okay, Chris Move says he thinks Josh is gonna go home. So if you're a Big Brother fan, isn't it kind of impossible not be pulling for Paul with all the work he put in?
Yeah. In my opinion, I think if Paul doesn't win, it's a disappointment.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my take on that. I want Josh to win because I want to see. First of all, he's my winner pick from day one. That would be pretty cool to pick him. But everyone said he was terrible, and he's a train wreck. And he is a train wreck, but he's my train wreck. So I think that seeing Josh go from 0 to hero and taking out Paul, I loved what Steve did, even though Vanessa deserved to win. Paul still gets his credit. He still has a great reputation. I would love to see Josh win. That's what I want first and foremost. If Paul wins, he played a phenomenal game. It's just a little bit of more stagnant, boring ending.
I agree. The reason I would be so pulling for Paul if there was no malice involved. There's these little sprinkles of him being a malicious douche, and I like rooting for like someone who you could feel like Mark. You felt was a good dude, and I know Big Brother. Like, you don't have to be a good person, of course not. However, it's easier to root for someone when they're nice.
Yeah.
And Paul just when he attacked Mark in the kitchen for no reason, when the dude's back was against the wall, isolating him even more for no strategic purpose whatsoever. Shit like that pisses me off, and that's malicious. And that's the reason that I can't like totally get behind a Paul win. I'd rather see Paul cry and get his cry those the same tears we saw him cry for the last year. I would. I want to see him get a little taste of his own medicine.
See, I don't want Paul to win. Look, I don't want it to get misconstrued where it looks like I want Paul to win. Like, I'm like, go Paul, team Paul. I just think he deserves it. Last season, I thought he deserved it. Like, I thought he deserved it last season way more than Nicole. Not that Nicole didn't deserve it because she played a pretty decent game.
Yes.
But I think that even more this season, he deserves it. And especially since there's no other person in the house that's like, you know what, unless Josh makes that move, there's no other person that really deserves it. And that's just in a bad season where Big Brother has been tainted and disgraced and literally the whole integrity of the game has been shot down by these horrible people. It would help a little bit to feel like, okay, the best player won.
True. That's a lot of people in 13 were like, I don't like Big Jeff, but I want him to win. And I remember being sitting there like, what? Big Jeff? Fuck Big Jeff.
Yeah. Like I feel like it's the same for me. It's the same feeling as when Derek. I didn't like Derek that much. I thought he was pretty much a piece of shit.
I want him to win that night. Though,
he was really cocky, and it would have been cool to see like someone like Cody turn the back on him and cut his throat. But at the end of the day, I can't be mad at that. I'm not mad at all about Derek Lasser winning because he deserved it.
Yeah. No, I guess it's kind of like a catch-22 in a way. Like, you want the best person to win, but also you want something exciting to happen.
Yeah,
like it's like, and if the best person wins, it's exciting. It won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But in the long run, like a Steve win over Vanessa is not as impressive. But it was that night. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll have to just wait and see on finale night. I'm pumped for finale night. Like, because it's gonna be exciting no matter what. We're gonna be let down one way or the other, knowing us as Big Brother fans. Tomorrow's gonna be real exciting. Are you are we gonna try to go on as soon as it's over? Are we gonna wait? Like how
I want tomorrow night. We're gonna try to get on as soon as possible.
That's gonna be awesome. So double eviction tomorrow. We're gonna literally do our best. It might
within the hour.
It might not happen. I would say within as soon as possible.
Yeah, but
if we can't,
might be a chance.
Just go on our Twitters. We'll tweet about when we're gonna go live. We're gonna cover the whole double eviction. We're gonna talk about what's gonna happen with the final 5. We're absolutely pumped for the double eviction. I feel like this is the most I've been excited for something Big Brother related in a while because we haven't really had that. Like, oh my God, something crazy might happen. Please go at ASAP because of school. Yes, we'll do our best. Tonight was late, but thank you. There's a decent amount of people.
Also, I saw someone wanted us to stream the finale. I don't know how we do that.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
cool,
it's tough.
It'd be tough.
That'd be fun.
Like us watching it.
It'd be cool. Like I guess we could maybe I don't know. We'll figure something out.
I don't know.
Like I mean, we could do the same thing here. We could always watch it and like during the commercials, go back and be like, yeah, blah 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 blah. Talk about it. Yeah,
we'll figure it out. No matter what, we're gonna cover everything. These last 2 missed podcasts were fluke. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks again for watching, and yeah,
see you guys.
See you soon.
I'm gonna start doing that at the end of every.
Bye, kitty boo boo.
Bye.